Testing 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Looks like it is. Hey everyone. Welcome to the Noggin Nation. I'm your host 1010 Noggin, getting ready to stream a brand new clean game of No Man's Sky with all the latest updates. So I actually did this yesterday and found out when I was all done. I was kind of, cleaning up and doing my usual little, done streaming routine, and saw the cable to my mic now lying on the desk. At some point when I moved it, the cable came out. I could have swore I saw the VU meter reading. I bet it was at the very beginning. But anyway, lost most of the commentary for the entire video. So I just got rid of it. The interesting thing to me was, it was kind of funny. I actually had some viewers, and I even got some subscribers during that one. I don't know if people were amused by the fact that I was sitting there just mouthing words the whole time, or what, but yeah, go figure. So I'm going to start this out again today, and yeah, see where we land. So, No Man's Sky. So I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this game. I liked the idea. I'll admit, I was suspicious about it going in. Okay, I'm going to be really paranoid today. I'm checking the audio. The little VU bar is moving. We're good. So anyway, when it first came out and it was announced that there was going to be this game with this massive universe of just all procedurally generated content, and you could spend your whole life exploring the worlds and you'd never find the same world twice if you didn't want to. Even ahead of all the eventual issues that were revealed, all the sort of broken promises and things that went wrong with the game, I was kind of hesitating about, just honestly was not incredibly interested in it. And there's no one simple answer as to why. I'll take some time kind of throughout the stream today to talk a little bit about it. I think the most important thing to note is that I am going into this with an open mind. I'm hoping to enjoy this. Otherwise, why would I be playing? So yesterday I had a very snowy planet. Looks like today I'm going to get roasted instead. So is my ship anywhere nearby today? That was the other thing. Yesterday I either completely missed it when I started off, or my ship was just nowhere near where they dropped me. I guess it's not my ship technically, right? That's the other thing I was wrong about. Oh great, so I've got a sentinel there right away. What are all the little yellow things? That's weird. I'm going to pronounce that Reek. Ingustu system first contact. What are these? Ferrite dust, exactly what I need at first. So we gotta get the scanner fixed. Otherwise I'm not gonna find that starship. What? Hey! Jerk. Oh, I'm gonna die. Wasn't careful at all about that. I knew they'd attacked at some point. I didn't realize they'd attacked so quickly. Oh, I'm not used to this third-person mode thing here. Get out of here, man. So maybe this time around, the reason that the Sentinels are attacking you will actually be revealed as part of the story. That would be kind of interesting. Combat supplies. Oh, great. So it seems like it's going to become customary now for me to start out each game by dying at least once. And they're shooting at me. Just keep doing these little changes in direction. Okay, hold on. No, that's a mining beam. I need my exosuit. Okay, hazard protection. Do I have anything to repair? I don't. Do I have anything for life support? No. I'm screwed. They're just going to take me out right away. Ugh. Oh well. No big. It doesn't really, you know, this early in the game, it doesn't really do anything if you die right away. It is kind of annoying though, but I should have been more careful about the sentinels. That was one part of it from playing this before that I did remember. I just didn't really pay attention to it. I'm gonna roast to death here now. Froze to death yesterday, roasting to death today. And I would need to find some sodium, I think, if I'm gonna fix that. And my scanner's not working. Because of the sentinels, I didn't have time to gather enough iron. We'll see if we... I don't know. I'm not going to give up yet. Let's try to piece this together. Let's see if I have enough. Would I just die? No. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, now they're back. Not with... There we go. Off to a rip-roaring start again. Oh well. Defensive systems. Press P to read more. That's probably a good idea. I'm not going to take a ton of time. Awakenings. Test and repair multi-tool systems. What am I looking at? Secondary missions. Didn't they say there was something about defense? Combat. Defensive systems. Yeah. Well, first deplete your shield. Purchase plans for a personal force field. Yeah, not right out of the gate, folks. They can be recharged at health stations. Yeah, so basically I need to get the heck away from the Sentinel before I can do much of anything. The difficulty here being it's freaky hot here. It's gonna be tough to get any work done. Well, there's some oxygen, right? The blue stuff is usually, blue plants are usually oxygen, right? Oh, it's deuterium. I'm here. I'll take it anyway. I don't think that'll hurt. So I'll take one and then run a little. Listen for sentinels. Take some and run a little bit. What are these things? Chlorine. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm looking at my multi-tool. Scanner. Requires ferrite dust. Not quite halfway there. So a little bit more work to do. And I'm also getting stunned by jerk plants. Any more sentinels? There's where I died last time. How are we doing? That's interesting looking. Big bulbous red thing. Weird. Now? No? 57. So where are the little numbers coming out of here? Like 60, 80, yada yada yada. Those don't correspond directly to units. Pardon me for a moment. Sorry, just a sec. Okay, back again. Sorry, saying goodbye to someone. Let's see. Okay, so how are we doing? There we go. Good, good, good. So now we can send out a little wave here, and so we can see where the sodium is, which is going to be important for repairing our...
Starship signal detected.
Yay! So that's 147 units. Again, I don't really know how the units correspond to actual distance or how long it takes to get there. But fewer units is fewer units, so go to the one that's closer. So there's some interesting, other kind of interesting looking stuff down there too. So yeah, like I was saying, when I started out this game, I was not particularly, or rather, when it was first announced, I was not feeling the hype that a lot of people were. And not that I was like counting on it being bad or anything, you know, the visuals, even in the early days, looked pretty cool. And I think that the original game did deliver at least on that, right? It didn't look completely different than what they were showing in the demos and trailers. Mostly. I mean, there were some creatures that they showed in the promotional videos that I think were maybe kind of hand selected, you know, so that you could get... You compare the things that they showed in the videos to the weird little, like, you know, tubes with heads that kind of flop around on a lot of the worlds that you find. You find a lot of really awkwardly constructed creatures in your travels. Send out another little pulse here. Oh, I'm not doing anything. Nope. Nothing to see here. Why, I'm just looking for my ship, and what the heck is that? Oh, it's one of those big jellyfish-like things. That's interesting. Can't scan it yet. Have no idea if it's aggressive or not. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. My ship's over there. That's okay. I don't think I want to... Whoops. There's a big hole in the ground. Come on. There we go. Oof. Totally missed that. Looking off in the distance, missed the giant pit. So anyway, graphics look good, but here's the thing. I don't have a ton of confidence in procedural content. Like, it's not, again, it's not necessarily bad, but the whole thing seemed to hinge on this idea of infinite or near infinite exploration. So much of the game was hinging on exploring this virtual universe, finding, you know, discovering one world after another. And that just, to me, did not bode well. And it didn't bode well for a number of reasons. First of all, I've talked about this on one of my other streams, one of my Fallout streams. Yeah, let's try and take that thing. Listening for sentinels again. Let's actually take care of that thermal protection. I don't want to forget. Get to blathering and completely miss an opportunity to not die. So, first problem. The human brain is too good at identifying patterns and similarities. So you can spend a lot of time constructing a really sophisticated, complex system for constructing content out of, you know, like systems and unit elements and whatnot, and it'll take a surprisingly short amount of time for the human brain to start finding the patterns, so that even if you're traveling from one world to another, you're seeing all these things that are, you know, technically they're different. Your brain starts to see the pattern in among all the differences. So it doesn't feel like you're really visiting a new place. It feels like the same place you've seen dozens and dozens of times with a different skin on it. Basically, just after a while, it's very difficult to really feel the new, you know. And that's just a consequence of how we think. Yeah, go ahead and read the log. In terms of critique of the game, right? Not just trying to be negative, but critiquing the game. I have to admit, ooh, what the heck is that? Creeping up here. That's actually a really good example. There's some kind of weird Stegosaurus anteater variation on, it seems, on most planets that wander around in little loops. So yes, this one looks, you know, vaguely different than all the other ones I've seen, but not really different enough for my brain to go, look, something brand new. So this dialogue system, so exosuit connected, suggestion, pilot ship. Most of this is okay. We're just getting ship info right now. Maybe I'll save some of the comments for later when there's a little bit more of it. It gets a little weird with the text. I think it breaks the immersion and continuity in the game a little bit. So provides space and atmospheric flight propulsion. Oh yeah, we need to get the hermetic seal and some metal plating. So we need more ferrite dust, I believe. So let's hop out of the ship. We kind of have our home base now, which is good. We'll find out if they're aggressive. There's quite a few of them over there. I doubt they are. Most of the things that look kind of like that are... Jeez, I hate those things. How annoying. But look at all the iron lying around. Water, water everywhere. Or iron, iron everywhere, I guess. Not a... whatever, not a bit to mine. Oh, there's one of those floaty things too. Where's my ship? Don't want to get caught with those things between me and the ship. Just in case they get nasty. I heard another... well, maybe not. Okay, taking that one. So, can I make a plate yet?
Product constructed.
Can I make another one? Yeah. Cool. I know I'm going to need a couple, so... oh yeah, and then it's... I always forget, it's in here. So, now we go to the pulse engine, was it? Yeah. Put that on there. We're going to need to get the hermetic seal, which we cannot get yet. So if we go out here, then the game's going to tell us something, I think? Maybe? Yeah. Partially complete. Board the starship and... oh yeah, we have to get on the ship again and let it tell us what the heck is going on. Iteration, yada yada yada. Functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Not components, but ingredients. Hermetic seal. Request assistance. Salvage navigation data from the distress beacon. Gotcha. Well, for a brief moment here, we won't have as much mining to do, so that thing should leave us alone. That'll be good. Okay. So, I think this is a good example of where the use of text in this game gets a little odd. So, scenario, iteration, transferred, deleted, whatever, diagnostic, no connection, analysis, waiting fresh iteration. It's basically low quality technobabble, right? Like, I have very little confidence that most of what it's saying means anything in the game. It's just trying to sound sort of robotic and technical. Traveler anomaly detected. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is compliant. With what? A red light. Okay, so perfect. This is the first example. This is a video game. It has rather nice graphics and sound. It's telling me that a red light fills my vision. All I see is crimson and then it fades. It's like they didn't have time to actually do, even after all this time, they didn't have time to do an actual interactive anything. The color drains and the words that had seemed so clear seemed to slip away. Like you're looking at the novelization of this game inside the game. Does that mean it's okay, so with all these comments, does that mean it's a terrible game? No, it just means that it's also... It has very specific problems that it tends to break itself a little bit. So I appear inside the beacon's housing, as well as its distress broadcast unit. It contains a navigational data module. Of course I'll take that navigation data, because otherwise we're going to live here for the rest of our lives. It is pretty. Like I said, I like the graphics. The visuals are pretty awesome. It's very cool. I want to know when they introduce that little sidearm thing on your backpack that's blinking, because it looks remarkably like the thing that you see in the Death Stranding trailers. It's just one of those where, you know, sometimes people come up with very similar ideas in parallel, right? And sometimes people think that's cool and they kind of borrow ideas from one another, and it can be a very fine line between you know, like taking other art as inspiration, which happens a lot, or just taking an idea. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so I got the navigational data. Now, what do I do with it? What is that? That's just damaged machinery. Oh, I have to build, yeah, build a signal booster. Collect carbon, 0 of 50. Okay. What is that up on the hill, I wonder? Don't know. We'll find out later. Pure ferrite. Can't mine that. Ferrite dust. Not a lot of carbon-based things here, right? Well, the oxygen will come in handy later. Just a basic life support, so that's good. Pure ferrite. That's probably pure ferrite. Yep. Let's not get too far away from the ship, because as I found out yesterday... It does not always keep the starship that you found on your scanner. Like, your scanner right now is very, very close range. Get too far away and you're going to lose stuff. It's very easy. Got myself into a little trouble yesterday with that. Is that gold or copper again? Okay. So there is some copper pretty close to the ship. Where's the ship? There's the grave. I thought I was rounding a... Ooh. Some other visitors. I thought I was coming around on the ship again. I don't see it. What was that? Was that the carbon something? That was. Where's the carbon? Oh, little teeny plant. Listening for sentinels again. There's one. Carbon. Oh. Go away. He's literally just going to sit there. Okay, well, there's some big giant leafy things over that way. Let's go check those out. And in the meantime, let's look around for the ship again. How did I lose the ship so quickly? Good night. Where's my sense of direction? Okay. Not sure how much I actually need. Is that gonna... There we go. I don't know if I have any other sodium right now or not either. Let's take a look around. Oxygen. Oh, way, way over there. How about something closer? Please tell me there's something closer. Well, in the meantime... Carbon nanotubes. I don't think I found the basic components for those either. Oh, plant. Darn it. Hate those things. Oxygen, sodium. How far? 136. Not too far. I'm going to need it really soon. Do I have any right now? No, I do not. There's nothing closer, right? Off we go. So yeah, so human brain is really good at identifying patterns. That, to me, is just going to break the whole procedural content thing really, really quickly. And the second thing I already kind of mentioned, though I didn't call it out, and that's that the game tends to, in all its randomness, the system produces a lot of stuff that falls squarely within the uncanny valley. You know, like, it just doesn't look right. The creatures or the plants or whatever don't look viable. They walk weird. It's like they have permanent back injuries or something. Yeah, there's some more sodium over there in me as well. Gonna need quite a bit since I seem to have lost my ship already. What is that? Terrain manipulator required. What's with the grid? That's weird. I haven't seen that before. I seriously wonder if I'm actually going to be able to find the ship again. It's so easy to lose. They don't give you very much run space in the world, and you don't have a ton of tools to be able to... Oh, it's like some more over there. Yep. So the third problem is more personal. It's not going to affect anyone. So I don't know that I'd really use it as a generic point of critique on the game. But personally, I can't help but... Oh, look at that. I'll take it. Bumbled back home. I can't help but kind of see... I don't get the sense of exploration. Like, never mind everything I've said up to this point. I know there's this fixed thing in my head that tells me you're not exploring a universe. You're exploring a heartless, soulless, otherwise pointless number space. It has a pretty skin on it. So those were all the things, or most of the things anyway, that were... Okay, craft carbon nanotubes. Let's take a look at that. They were kind of getting in the way of me having a chance of enjoying the game to start with, you know, like before I ever played. And unfortunately, playing the game just confirmed a lot of those things. I think that's good. So I've got that. I've got the metal plate. Build menu, Z. Let's put the thing over this way. I'll just put it right there. Now we have to enter the navigational data, yeah. Been through this. This will be my third time in about a week, so hopefully I'll start to remember some of this. So to the folks on Mixer who are watching, thanks for visiting. Glad to have you here today. As I go through and say this, again, I'm a little sensitive to the idea that it might sound really negative about the game. And I honestly don't mean to. Like, this is meant to be objective criticism. So I'm really curious to know what you think of it. Have you played a lot? Did you play when it first came out? Have you played with all the updates? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts? I'm still in the middle. Like, it's pretty. I like the enhancements they've made, visually and otherwise. But I've just got this sense that, like, this is not going to last long. It's not going to stay interesting over the long haul. A big hole in the ground again? I don't want to fall in again. That would suck. We'll take a look around while we're here. Scan, just in case you need to gather up anything else. We've got some sodium over that way. It's a little too far to take a detour. I should have enough left from the last gathering run that I can make it all the way over there. And then there should be some near there. hopefully, so that I'll have enough to get back. Because if there isn't, I am done for. Some more oxygen to gather here too. That'll be good. I think that'll be good. It's life support, right? So yeah, random as it is, they definitely do have a sequence of events that they're like pre-planned. Every time you start, you land, the ship is somewhere nearby, and again, it's not your ship this time. It's some starship that you find. You don't even know why you're here. And as you are traveling towards the decoded coordinates, a storm arrives, like just like clockwork every time. Which again, I'm not criticizing the game for it. I'm just observing that, you know, with all the talk of randomness and chance and all that, there are certain things that, yeah, are staged. They're built into the game. It is what it is. Let's take a scan here, see if there's any sodium anywhere nearby. Ooh, again, that. I wonder if those they look kind of like force fields or something around some of the copper deposits. I don't remember that from the first version of the game, and I have not seen it in any of my other recent playthroughs. Well, not playthroughs, but the other games that I tried to start. How are we doing? Dropping pretty quickly. So let's take a look. Yeah. There we go. It is, but I should be okay this time. How much further do we have to go? About 200 units. So starting to develop a sense of roughly how far away things are. How's the audio doing? Well, yeah, look, it's still moving. La 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 la. Yep, okay. I can see the cord is still plugged in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I blinked. Where'd it go? There it is. So the whole idea of exploration is really only one dimension of the whole game, right? It's not just an exploration game. I don't think it was ever intended to be solely an exploration game. That was just meant to be one fun, interesting aspect of the whole thing. I don't care about the damaged machinery. Let's take a look at... No, we can't use that panel. But we can go inside, right? Yeah. Or maybe? That door looks different. Oh, okay.
Temperature levels stable.
That's cool. We'll just stay in here and cool off for a minute. That's cool. My brain. Here we go. Accessing archives. 6 out of 7 logs corrupted. Entry number yada yada follows. No one. So here's another example of the novelization of the game in the game. How hard would it be to just play some static in the background? Like I know that they've had must be a huge feature list to develop. So maybe this is just a personal issue, but to me this is cheap. It's cheap and shoddy, and it bugs me. So, like, to focus so much on the details and visuals and sound everywhere else, and then to have this sort of thing just seems odd at best. We'll recover the supplies. For me, personally, this, like, as much as people complain about cutscenes in games, this is almost worse. Like, a cutscene at least maintains a certain degree of continuity visually and in terms of the sound and whatnot. This is, it's like a totally different, incompatible medium embedded within the game. Okay, I got the part I need, so yay. Now... So, What about fixing my multi-tool so I can find my ship again? E. Like this thing. What do I need? More carbon nanotubes. Is that all I need for that? Because then let's go here. Yeah.
Product constructed.
Okay, and then go to the multi-tool.
Thermal protection falling.
And build.
Technology installed.
There we go. So now we can start identifying things, stuff that we can name later.
Units received.
Flauatium. Okay. What are these things? These are very important. Whoops. That's odd. There we go. Why, these things saved my life. They should have a name.
Units received.
Potaphyte. Works. It's like a crater over there. It's kind of interesting. Is that a crater down there too? It is. Okay, so where is the ship? There's north, there's... What is that? I have no idea what that is. I don't recognize that icon. I don't see it showing up down here. Oh, there's some sodium right down here. Let's go grab it. Looks a little hostile down here, though. So, if exploration wasn't meant to be the only thing with the game, what else was there? Well, there was meant to be some kind of single-player story, right? Well, the so-called story in the initial game was absolute garbage. Like, there was barely, no characters, barely anything that you could call a plot. There was a series of kind of cheesy, overdone, a lot of text entries too, right? Same sort of thing. Nothing that really, you know, created any interest in what's going to happen. Where'd that come from? You know, if you happen to be interested in whatever the heck Atlas was, you know, I guess it set up some mysteries, but that was about it. It didn't do anything to really support them or help you find out anything about them at all. So yeah, long story short, the story was just junk. Now I've heard yesterday when I was getting ready to stream, and I posted a comment saying on Twitter, basically saying, this game is pointless, let's play anyway. I got some very fast feedback from someone saying, what do you mean it's pointless? There's like a 30-hour story in the game. So my answer to that is, okay, so I'm hopeful. I am hopeful that there's going to be something that adds a little depth and meaning to the randomly generated content in the game. You know, what's going on? Like, where did you come from? What's going on with Atlas? What is Atlas? What is the Traveler? I guess was the other thing. Really bizarre looking, isn't it? Yeah, let's go ahead and analyze that. Now, honestly, in terms of the quality, because of the way they're doing the story already in the game, using purely text-based descriptions embedded within this otherwise really rich visual experience, I don't have a lot of grounds for hope that there's going to be anything all that interesting. Combine that then with the sorts of interactions that you tend to have with creatures that you meet in the game, where they're totally random and you have very little agency, very little ability to express any kind of control over what's about to happen. You just get these weird, pointless little random encounters. Again, more randomness. But I could be wrong. I'm going to keep playing. I'm committed in this to at least finish at least one arc in the story, right? Like, I don't know enough about how the story is constructed to say I'm going to quote-unquote finish the story, because I don't even know what that means. That can mean a lot of different things. But I'll get to what looks like an end before I decide whether I'm going to keep playing or not. Someone different? No. Thermal protection is falling. Let's take a look at that.
Technology recharge.
Better. And there was some sodium over here. There's so much stuff crowded up here now, though I can't see where it was. If it were nighttime, I bet I'd be able to see it better, because it would be glowing. Where'd it go?
Thermal protection falling.
I tell you, thermal protection is always falling. It's just... Oh, there we go. Okay, so the story might be okay, it might stink, we don't know. What else is going to draw someone to play the game? It's going to draw them to play the game, and what might make them stay. And that's a piece that I'm actually more interested in. But it's going to be a little while before I can really experience it, because I want to play single player for a while just to kind of get the hang of the game first. I like a little training so I'm not bumbling around with other people around. But that would, yeah, it's multiplayer. I'm curious to see how much the multiplayer experience adds to the game, right? How, to what extent can you interact, cooperate, or cooperate with or challenge other players? And since it's a brand new feature in the game, I don't think anyone really knows a good answer, has a full answer to that question based on evidence yet. Too early to tell. Definitely too early for me to tell. Is that a hole in the ground? It is. It's a very square hole in the ground. That's weird, but... Is that a mountain off in the distance there? Can I name it? It's like the Mount Fuji of this world. It's a much bigger hole. I could go down there, see if there's anything interesting, but let's not. Until I have secured myself a little better and I actually know that I'm safe. Probably not a good idea. You know, exploring requires a little bit of risk management, and I just don't have a lot of tools or capacity for good risk management yet. Stay focused on the task at hand. That's really weird looking there. So, the one other thing that the game might have that could be interesting is building, right? Basically, the game could feed people's basic desire to make things, to express themselves, to create systems, you know, and watch them work. I have no idea what you can build. I know in the original game you could build nothing at all. So, and to be clear, the only reason I keep mentioning the original game is that, you know, I've got to acknowledge that there's kind of an unavoidable bias coming into this from having played the first game, the first iteration of the game, with all of its broken promises and bugs, and, you know, it was a very, very rough release. Another scan, I might have to find some more sodium before... Ooh, so... What do you think? Do we go find out if those things are friendly? I don't think they look very friendly. And if I get in a tussle with it, I'm not going to be able to take that beast down. I'm just going to keep running around it here. Keep one eye on it. Ooh, it's fast too. Good, though. Good stock of sodium here. Make sure I can get back in one piece. And track where my ship is again, that way. So I feel like for me, you know, I'm pretty confident I can be objective about evaluating the game. But I'm going in missing, I think, what a lot of people are going to be. A lot of people are going to go into the game equipped with a sense of what's out there. You know, like that whole exploration aspect is going to be a really good, strong motivator. Because any good game, you can have a game where you don't have that pull right at the very beginning, but you do have the necessary introductory interactions, tutorials, whatever you want to call them. The things that kind of teach you the basics of how to play the game and give you an idea of what to expect. The things that establish the contract of play with the game. Hate those things. Going into this without that eagerness to just explore, it basically means that I'm going into this without much of a draw. Like, I'm going in without much of anything to pull me forward. I'm just, you know, I'm here kind of at the game's whims. It tells me to do this. Okay, cool. I'll do that. That's what I'm doing right now. Like, am I just dying to go explore that cave back there? No. Because, for all the reasons I've already kind of talked about today, and because it looks familiar already, even though I've never ever seen this particular planet before. To me, a lot of the things that you see in this game look much more like different locales on a single planet than they do whole new worlds. Which, again, I'm kind of curious why they didn't do more of that. I guess, you know, technical challenges. There have been enough of those already, too. I wonder what deuterium is for. We'll find out, I guess. Huh, did the deuterium do that? I really haven't been paying much attention to when those surges occur or what they really mean. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not blowing up, so I think I'm okay. Like, it doesn't seem to be hurting my health. But I wonder if picking up the deuterium gives me the ability to, like, what, fly faster? I don't know. I don't know what the boost would do. Let's go find out. Let's say there's some more deuterium over there. I'll go do a little experiment. Pick it up, see if there's another surge, and if there is, I'll jump and see if I can, like, go higher or something. Although I don't want to go too high because it's going to come back down and go splat. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, okay. You pick up some deuterium and get a little bit of a boost in your jetpack. Guess that'll come in handy later, again. There's a lot of later right now. Do another scan, see if there's anything we can pick up on the way back. Guessing that sodium is a little too far away. I do like that because, like, this little scene, take away all the little heads-up display things, and it looks like the cover of a 1960s or 1970s sci-fi novel. It just looks kind of cool. Yeah. Should have plenty of sodium left. Even the sounds of the creatures are so similar going from one world to the next that it doesn't really feel like you leave. It doesn't feel like you go anywhere. But again, even on that note, like I am hoping to go out there, look around, and find something that is genuinely surprising. I'm waiting for that moment where I find a planet and go, holy cow. I'm going to eat my words. Take that back. Okay, so if anyone's watching on, it looks like probably YouTube, it just dropped the connection between my dashboard and my YouTube account. I tell you, let's take a little aside on YouTube. Let's fix our spaceship. One thing at a time. Starship, sorry. Okay, we got the pulse engine. There's that missing part. Yay! Hooray! Okay, now we got the launch thruster. We need pure ferrite, which means we have to build a refiner of some kind. I'm willing to bet I forgot to pick up the dihydrogen jelly somewhere. Okay, well, we gotta build a refiner and collect dihydrogen, 5 out of 40. Use dihydrogen to create dihydrogen jelly. One thing after another. Okay, let's hop in the ship. Cool off a little bit. Oh, excuse me. So, it wouldn't be the first time I've been surprised by a game. So I just played a game that I will be playing probably around late September, early October. I'll be streaming it, and I'm a little nervous about streaming it because it's not the sort of thing that I usually see streamed, but I also, why the heck not? Like, let's give it a try. Because it's a game with a very strong narrative in it. Not a lot of branching, and no power-ups or system constructions. It's basically you run around and experience a story. But the story is really, really good. And there's the surprise I was referring to. When I said, it wouldn't be the first time I was surprised. The most recent one was that game. It's called Night in the Woods. And I expected to like it. I like the visual design going in. But I also expected the story to get on my nerves, if I'm honest. Like, that was my sort of conscious bias going into the game was, I've seen things like this. I think it's going to be whiny, or it's going to present certain views in a very inauthentic or overly simplistic light. It totally did not. It rocked it. I mean, it's one of those games where I want to reach out to the creators and go, you made something really outstanding. I'm just some random guy on the internet, but I just wanted to let you know it was really cool. So anyway, I was surprised by that one. Hopefully, at some point later on in this, I will also be surprised. Life support. So life support uses oxygen. Do I need to up that right now? I just up down a little ways. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's better. So I need dihydrogen. Those are those blue crystals. And there are so many sentinels on this world. How am I going to do this without getting roasted? I'm not. Okay, let's hope I can recharge this thing. I have a little bit of carbon and some condensed carbon. So first, more carbon. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to use the tool at all. And I don't know what happens to you at that point. I don't know if you're stuck, you have to restart the game. If you have to wander out so far, wander as far as you can and try to find another one that's already charged. Go try to find a battery sort of a thing somewhere. Got no idea. Anyone coming after me? Are we good? We're good. Let's go get some more. Solanium. I wonder what that is. Did I hear a roar? I want something sneaking up on me. Okay. There's that weird noise again. Go to the multi-tool, look at the mining beam.
Technology recharge.
That is now charged. Let's do a little more. Good to keep some in reserve for the next time that I run out, right? Don't know where I'll be. Let's be prepared. Let's not overheat my gun either.
Thermal protection fully.
Oh dear. It's not one thing, it's another. Sodium nearby? No. No sodium at all, huh? Well, it's another storm coming in that I heard. Interesting looking. Wait for it to cool. I'm turning this up a little bit. I'm hearing some really weird noises. Like, is it the plant or whatever this is itself doing that? It's a little spooky. It's otherwise really quiet, right? Was that my gun? That's a weird noise. Really hard to tell. Check again for sodium. There's some. Oh, a couple batches. Let's head down that way. Now that I've got my scanner working, I can find my ship. Things should be slightly improved. Are you checking me out, or what are you doing?
Thermal protection fully.
Let's take care of that.
Technology recharge.
But yeah, so the best games I've ever played do a really good job with that idea of a draw, right? They create a question, a conundrum, they create some strong basic instinct to explore. Maybe one of the best games that I can remember doing that was the original Myst. And I don't think it would work now. You know, someone who's played a lot of other modern games, if they went back and tried to play Myst again, I don't think it would work as well. Although I'd be curious to find out. I'd be curious to see if someone who grew up with some, you know, say within the last decade or two, and they went back and tried playing Myst, what they would think of it. But anyway, for what it's worth, you know, when it was first released, even for a while after it was first released, it did a really good job of dropping you into this world that looked like it had some kind of order to it. And actually, that's a really good, it's an interesting distinction between Myst and this game. This one, you know it's random. They tell you right out of the gate that everything's random. Myst does not look random. And so again, that's, you know, natural circuitry in our brains, part of which looks for patterns, the other thing, you know, patterns in order, right? So if you see something that looks made, and it looks made for a purpose, there's an automatic little switch that tends to kick in. Oh, look, my pedometer registered lots and lots of steps. Like a ravine there. Crevasse or something. Ouch. Alright, you are supplies. I'm tired of you guys. But Myst didn't have to provide you a ton of instructions. The interface was very simple. I mean, naturally it was really simple. It was basically a glorified PowerPoint presentation, right? And again, that's not an insult. That is what it was. They used the then equivalent for the Mac of PowerPoint. It was like a slideshow with embedded videos. I mean, that is anything but a disparaging remark. That, you know, to be able to make one of the sort of all-time classic video games using productivity software, that's pretty darn cool. Unfortunately, I think that as that company's tools expanded, I really don't think they made as good use of them, personally. But that's a conversation for another time. Maybe that's even another playthrough. I have Abduction. I never finished it, just for the very reason that I was just talking about. It does a terrible job, to me, of creating that initial draw, that initial interest. I mean, it is there a little bit in the beginning. You know, they create this sort of mysterious event, and then they drop you into this new world. And just like in Myst, you're left to kind of look around a little bit. But whereas Myst, to me, you picked up things that kind of made you, that you found things that raised other questions. It answered one question and raised two more, that sort of thing. This one did not. And then the acting. Oh my gosh, the acting and the dialogue writing, just, it was not great. The bits I didn't quit right away. I played that thing for quite a while. And you know what? I'm sorry to say it was also disappointing to find that a lot of the game was sort of a rehash of the same kinds of puzzles that they had in their other games. You know, there's a lot of Riven that is based on solving a sort of a numerical a way to write numbers, basically, that's used by this other race. And as you figure out how to do that, it opens up possibilities of solving other problems. This one used the same thing, but it wasn't nearly as believable or elegant or well constructed. But again, let's focus on this. That's a discussion for another time. Best to discuss that one while I'm playing that game. Oh, that's what that is. I saw the glowing blue thing, and I'm like, what in the heck? Like, it looked kind of like one of those deuterium plant things, but it looked too big, and it was. It's one of these instead. Oh, really? Superconductor. Sodium nitrate. No, got none of that. What else do we have around here? Oh, some more sodium. So I probably have enough stuff to create the dihydrogen jelly, so I should get back and see if I can do that. First, let's go pick this up. How far away is that? 100 and... That's further away than I thought it would be. Is there another hole in the ground? No. Gotta watch out for those. It's one thing about this particular planet's construction is that it's surprisingly easy to fall in a hole. Hydrogen over there. And this too. Like, where'd the sodium go? Oh, whatever. Good grief.
Ground protection falling.
Yeah, it's like it's gone. I don't see it anywhere now. Oh, thermal protection's getting really low.
Technology recharge.
Any sentinels in the immediate vicinity? Listen for a moment. Make sure I'm not being tracked. We're dead. Nope, get that out again. Okay. That should definitely be enough. I still have no idea how to holster my weapon. I guess I'll figure that out later too. Was I already here? Are those open? Nope, those are new. There's some dihydrogen. Well, definitely have enough now. Let's leave that alone. Sodium times 7. What the heck? What was I, like, picking it up from the air? Huh, that was interesting. Almost back. Hop in the cockpit again. Let myself cool off. Better do that than use up any more sodium, I think. All good? Okay. So I have the dihydrogen jelly now. Or I should have enough, you'd think. What's the thing I'm trying to make? I'm trying to craft the... So I need metal plating, carbon nanotubes. Oh, that's a signal booster. How do I get to the... Oh, Q and E. That's weird. Metal plating. I've already got oxygen. So just metal plating here.
Product constructed.
And go to the build menu. Nope. E. Whoops. I'm using Fallout commands. I was expecting that to rotate the thing. Nope. There. No. There. Okay. No. Again. Fallout commands. Okay, good enough. Okay, fuel inverter. Charge with carbon or condensed carbon.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
That should do it. Oh, we got a transfer. And take... Oh, I don't have a lot of ferrite dust. Let's go get some more before we do this. I mean, the stuff is just everywhere. The only problem with getting it are those SOBs. Pardon my French. Encoded as it was. Did I get just far enough away that they aren't going to give me any trouble for mining? You still sitting over there? Had to take a second look and make sure I was actually mining the thing. So there are a lot of materials that, with your initial equipment, you can't actually do anything with them. You need to somehow upgrade your mining beam. Okay. Should probably do some more scanning. Fittite. Or fittiite, I guess. How are we doing? Let's go see if that's enough. Still doing okay. I should check my video too. It's going to be a little bit before I can get a proper green screen, and the camera I'm using right now tends to, at random, kind of chop parts off my head. So, good to check every once in a while and make sure I still have a head over there. That'll do. And begin. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, it's been interesting in sort of reflecting on this game and trying to figure out what it is that, you know, why does this one feel so pointless whereas I've been playing Fallout 4 since January, somewhere around there. And I guess the answer to that's pretty simple. Fallout 4 has been feeling pretty pointless too. I've continued to play primarily because it was a really good game to stream. There's a lot of interest out there. Find other people who like it, and as I've tried to get into streaming a little bit more, you know, it's a good game to play for that reason. With the announcement about Fallout 76 coming out, there was, for a while at least, a sort of an excitement around the whole Fallout franchise, right? And we need to transfer this, I guess, to my exosuit. Now that the Fallout 76 beta has been basically pushed back until October, Fallout 4 is a little less interesting now. In fact, I found that out pretty quickly. You know, Fallout 4 actually does suffer from the same sorts of problems. The story isn't great. There's a limited sort of runway in terms of exploration. There's a lot of stuff to explore. Actually, it's a really good contrast because it's not intended to be anything close to infinite. You have a very well-bounded map that you explore, but somehow exploring that feels better than this. But I think there's a good reason for that, and I think it's because for a couple reasons. I think part of it is that it's connected to a real place, so it has that sense of real again. You know, it's not just some big fake numerical space that we're exploring. I think part of it is that it was designed by people, which is kind of a weird. For me, jury's out on that one. Craft dihydrogen. Why? I already have some dihydrogen jelly. Why do I need to craft more? Let's try fixing my ship without crafting it and see if I mess up their goals. So launch thruster. Oh, it says no. Okay, well. So we got that. That's interesting. I thought I found some dihydrogen jelly. Dihydrogen. Oh, phosphorus. I don't know why that's exciting, but... Oh, goody. Whoops. Okay. There we go. So we've got this whole planet to explore, hypothetically, right? Launch systems online. All systems functional. Pick up the portable refiner. Yeah, that's a good idea. All systems functional. Return to... Like, never mind this planet and all of its life forms. You're able to leave. Get out of here. Probably being a little overcritical there, but... I find it funny. Use W to take off. So here we go. We're gonna leave. You know, I was saying this yesterday that, woo, flying this thing, I am not a good pilot. So I had seen that mountain in the distance. Let's go check that out. Oh, is that it? No, it was bigger than that. It might have been that, but I think this is going to be one of those cases where the hold shift to engage boost. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that looked like I was going to hit something there. Industu system. Euclid Galaxy. You discovered this. over here real quick. What kind of resources do we have? Silver. I wonder. No idea what silver is used for. Let's do a barrel roll. Incoming message. Prepare to begin novelization. Please identify yourself. I'm Static Sound.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Okay. So we're looking to go over there. I'm guessing that it'll be good to go to the space station first. Arrive in 1 week. Let's hold to tag. I'll be the first to admit, I don't think I quite understand how the tags work yet. Arrive in 4 hours. Too long. So anyway, whereas part of me really, really likes the Fallout franchise, and it initially, to me, I felt like I was being a little unfair in judging it differently than this one. I honestly don't think I am. I think that there are some reasons why it has a little bit more initial longevity. But I'm at the point now where, with my current character, I'm kind of done. Like, until we get closer to 76 coming out, then whoa. 76, I need to watch that. 76 will have a bigger map to explore. It's again based on someplace, you know, in the world. There's actual like local folklore incorporated into the game and the monsters. There's a lot more for your brain to kind of hook onto, from my perspective. I don't know if I'm actually looking at a door here. No, I'm not. Pull up. Okay, go forward. You're going forward? Can't tell. Oh, there we go. I made it. Hailing someone as they come in. Could have been ugly. We'll wait for the music to die down just a little bit here. I don't know about you, but to me that's pretty loud. But 76 offers a couple things that, unfortunately, have also been kind of difficult here. So, the social interaction. Aside from the issues that Sony's creating by being complete, I don't know, insert your own insult, I guess, about crossplay. Fallout 76 might be, for crossplay, the reason that I get an Xbox finally. I don't have one now. But I want to be able to cooperate with my wife. I want to be able to play at the same time and build stuff together and help one another defend settlements. And there's a lot of opportunity there. Here, Traveler. Offering nanites. I got nothing. That's what a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, where it feels like a just completely random, pointless encounter. Oh, I didn't see this before. interact with the other things, or just that? Okay, we grabbed some more navigation data. That's cool. So I wonder if I can actually get in fights with any of these guys. Okay, Turas Udlat Yurju Nitter Hai or Hey. Elj Bdengd Aor Rains Hey. They click their beat a few times, emit a natural scent, and wait for my request. Do I have 10 units? Cool. Learn the word forgive. Give me your credits. Last couple times I played, I've actually had something to sell here. I don't think I actually have anything worthwhile this time. The planet I started out on seemed to be bereft of goodies. That's okay. So on this one, if I want to actually do that cooperative play with some folks I know, it's going to have to be with someone on another PC, because apparently it doesn't support crossplay between any platforms. It's the last word I heard, which is also unfortunate. This game of all games, like, there's a lot of places where I've heard they limit crossplay because it seems kind of unfair. People who are playing on PC and can use a mouse for combat have a reasonable advantage over other players using consoles. Yeah. Let's see. The traders still did conversation and potential miscommunication. Yeah, teach me another word. The word is blah. Give and high. Now we just need to learn the word for 5, and we're all set. Give high five. Nope. So while I'm here, I've never been that fond of. Whoops. Hello. There we go. And then F, and then E, and then F. There we go. Now I can walk around a little easier. Never been that fond of the third-person mode. Your character looks kind of cool in this game. And maybe when you're out on the planet, there's less for me to trip over. That would make more sense. Whoa. But for right now. Oh, that's right. You have to design your character in this one. Do that in a minute. Oh, what's that? More encrypted navigation data. Well, I'll admit, I'm curious to see what all that is. Like, basically is... Pedometer alert. More encrypted navigation data. So do these things that I'm finding, do they connect in any way to... Is there an arc? Are they related to one another? Are they like random planet coordinates for random planets that just happen to be sitting around the space station? I've got no idea. I suspect it is the latter. I suspect there isn't a ton of pattern there. Okay. Let's go ahead and design my character here. So, race. Anomaly. What was that phrase they used earlier? Anomaly. I can't remember what it was, but it makes a little more sense knowing that I'm the anomaly now. I was not picking up on that. It can be Viking, Traveler. It can be Daft Punk in space, or a Gek. It's going to be an anomaly. Oh, apparently it randomized me. So the head, the helmet type, got the round one. Ooh, we got that solar panel face, maybe. Pac-Man, Pac-Bot, I guess. I don't even know what that is. Badlands or Outlands or whatever that game was. Stormtrooper Light. Wish I was playing Skyrim. Looks like, I don't know why that one reminds me of a frog helmet. I have a motorcycle at home. Houston, I think we have a problem. And Daft Punk 2. Huh, I don't know. Not I'm really partial to any of them. Don't care for that one. Or that one. No. Okay, so I've eliminated a bunch. It's either going to be 8, 9... I think I like 9. Oh, there's an 11. I didn't see that. Nah, that one looks like that faceplate's gonna break. Stripe on my head. Yeah, we'll just do a simple. And for the color? Oh. Interesting. Ooh, I kind of like that. Go with that one. Torso. Okay. That shield. Markings. Is there a oh, armor. There we go. Let's take care of that first. Yeah, I like the simpler one. Okay, so I'll come back and fix that in a minute. What do we got? Actually, that's pretty close. I kind of like the... It's just gray. That's okay. That way it matches the helmet a little more. Yeah, I think I like that one. What about even darker? Again, kind of matches the helmet. So what do we have here? 2. Oh, that's right. It's going to be 1. That's a little triangle. Oh, they all have that. What's the difference between those two? I'm not seeing a lot of difference. Turn it to the side, see if we can see anything better. Or not. Leave it to the side. Oh, how annoying is that? Don't... Stop fighting me when I'm trying to look at it from a different angle. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Ugh. Oh, okay. So I guess that thing's black no matter what. Let's see. Ew, no. No, I think actually white or gray. Actually, in a weird way, I kind of like the white one. Too bright. It's funny, black isn't like a true black, it's just kind of a dark gray. We'll try that. Let's not spend too much time on any one thing. I don't like the color selection there. What is that? Where's the dark green coming from? Is that from the black? No. Well, if you can't change that dark green color, I think those are out. You. No. Okay, so those. Maybe, yeah. Again, just match the rest of the suit. Legs. Let's see. We got those. A little too fancy. Pantaloons. That might be it. It's number 1 again. Those are okay too. I think something tells me those match the rest of the outfit a little better. Not a lot of secondary markings on there either, and that's fine. I don't know why I think that's funny. Just you can like change your underwear color. I'm childish that way. That's that part. So no. I don't know. Gray and gray. That's not quite as like striking. I think that tends to work a little better there. Boots. What kind of boots do we have? Don't like the green again. Yeah, that'll work. Yep. All that good. Any other markings that we want? Yeah, it doesn't really line up very well. No markings it is. And the backpack. The backpack I'm going to do in a completely different color. So let's start out completely white. And change the markings around a little bit. Maybe don't have any. No, I think I want the vault of it to be white. Yeah, it might be close. I think I like the lighter color. That's it. That's the one. So how are we doing? The only thing that really stands out is that chest plate, but I think that's okay. Like, I like the idea that the equipment... Oh yeah, because that... Whoa. That way, that matches the backpack. And I like the fact that the equipment doesn't match the suit exactly, because, you know, you'd probably buy them separately, right? So they have different... Yeah, I like that. That's good. Okay, so how do we exit out? Exit. You're leaving the appearance modifier. Would you like to apply changes? Yes. Now I have to actually do a little visual test here and see how it all looks. And then F? Yeah. I don't know. Finding this very difficult to wrap my brain around. There we go. Yeah, kind of weird, but it works. I like it. Cool. All right. Well, I think I'm probably just about done for today. I've actually so I've kind of gone over the, like, yeah, I'm gonna play, but I have issues and concerns about how much longevity I'm really gonna get out of this. I am eager to see where the story goes. I'm still not totally convinced that the story's going to be all that great. Right now, it's you know, okay, yeah, it's just chapter 1, but it's almost exactly the same. Well, that's interesting looking. It's almost exactly the same as what it was before. You know, mysterious messages. You're told that you're not alone. Okay. I'm game. I'll go check it out. And let me hop out of here. And that saves the game. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to call that good for today. So thanks very much for watching. Oh, it looks like there's someone on... Whoop. Uh-oh. It's a problem here. I can't get to my dashboard without leaving the game. It's going to kill it. That is probably YouTube. So, hey, YouTube. Sorry for... I'm probably quitting, like, not too long after you started watching. Sorry about that, but the video should be available pretty soon if you want to see. I've got a lot of opinions on this game and why I'm a little worried that it's probably not going to have that much longevity for me. Really curious to know what you think. It's all well and good to sit here and kind of shout into the void. But I'm really curious to hear what other people think. Have you played this? Are you having a great time with it? Are you feeling, is it running out of steam a little too quickly for you? Let me know. Drop me a comment on YouTube or any of the other places where I stream, on Mixer or on Twitch. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great day. And not going to be able to stream tomorrow. Excuse me, just too much going on. But I should be back Tuesday to continue on here and do some more exploration. We'll see how things go. God bless, take care. We'll see you soon. Hey, I don't think I called out a head thread. Definitely didn't call out Fighter Boy. Thanks for the follow. I think you followed yesterday. I was having audio issues. I thought I actually called that out, but turns out I did not. So thanks very much. Glad to have you here and looking forward to talking with you. Take care.